Hello everyone. So, I don't normally do reviews anymore, but I just feel like because this guy is kind of something that nobody else will have, and that I'm the only person who will ever have it, I just think it's kind of smart to do a little review on him, show you guys his mechanism, show you guys what he does, everything like that. So, this is what he looks like. He has just kind of, he has a ton of detail in his face right there, and then one hand right here is just holding a leg, and then the other hand is just holding nothing, and then he also has a sample tag down here. I'll show you guys that in a second. So on the back it also does say the actual company name who made him. So his base down here, it's just kind of a general metal seasonal visions base, and then what is one thing that's cool about him is his actual feet or his legs are his shoes actually have legs attached to them, and they're solid foam latex, whatever. I don't think that the released model would have this, but it is still kind of cool that he has this. Literally everything on him, though, is made of, high-quality latex and stuff, even his face right here. But I highly doubt that the released model would have this, because, this is a prototype. But, first of all here, I guess, probably the first thing that we want to see here is his sample tag. So, I'll try to get the best shot of that I can right here. So there's that. It doesn't really say too much about it, but then back here, it does actually say, the company and everything like that, and their phone number and all that kind of crap. But so he is just wearing this suit right here. It has, jacket, this weird gold stuff. And then just kind of a dirt-stained shirt right there. Which, pretty simple, but also cool-looking. I haven't measured him yet, maybe I will, but he's around 6 feet tall. Which is, pretty normal height. He also has this fedora up here. The hair on him is just attached to the fedora. You can take it off, but I won't do that right now because it's kind of hard to put back on, but he's just... he's just bald under it. So his mechanism right here, I don't really know. I guess I'm just gonna have to lift up his shirt right here. But his mechanism is like an SVI type mechanism. So as you can see right there, he has the control box and the speakers. And then, if we go up a little bit in here, you can see that he just has the general kind of SVI mechanism where it has this thing, where the motor moves this kind of stick thing, and then the stick thing moves an arm, which is just attached with some little forked ends in right there. He's a really cool prop. I mean, if he was not a prototype and he looked like this, I would 100% be displaying him. But because he's a prototype, I feel like there's a very low chance that he'll actually last all Halloween night. But I also think that B, he's also, he's fragile, and I don't want him to get broken. So, yeah. Now, it's funny, though, because, if it was a techie prototype, then I would be 100% sure that he was going to break pretty quickly, because that's just, a cheap gear-driven mechanism. But he does actually have an SVI mechanism, and SVI props tend to last a little bit longer. So I don't know if he's using, a SVI mechanism made with way cheaper parts, or if he is actually, if he's actually a high-quality prop that I can display and not have to worry about him breaking. But either way, I just don't think it's worth that risk. Yeah, so when you actually turn him on here, which I will do in a second. Oh, by the way, he's just powered by a 6-volt 2-amp adapter. This is just one that I got from Spirit. or the seller got from Spirit and just gave it to me with him because he didn't actually come with an adapter. Oh, he also, what I did find kind of strange here is he does actually have instructions right here. I mean, they're just, cheap instructions, but they're instructions, which is something that is kind of uncommon with Halloween props, and his actual name is Eating Zombie. So I'll upload this, or update the Spirit Halloween wiki page on that. But, yeah, when he activates, his eyes light up right here, and then this arm moves side to side. I am kind of disappointed that he doesn't, actually move his arm up and down and kind of eat it, because while this is posable, and I could probably make it that it moves, side to side, kind of on his mouth, making it looking like it was eating it, that would be really hard to do, and it wouldn't look that good, but I don't know, he's a prototype. He is still super duper cool looking, and I like him. He's definitely up there in maybe even the top 5 of my favorite in my collection, but he is obviously the rarest prop in my entire collection here. The detail on him is incredible, so yeah, for detail, he definitely gets a 10 out of 10, but for movement, which I will show you in a second, he's only going to get an 8 out of 10, because while his movement is really cool looking, it is also, he only has one thing that he does, but I think the fact that he's really detailed and that his eyes light up make up for that, because this is probably the only prop where the eyes lighting up actually works really well. Yeah. Now, I don't know what year this was actually going to be sold if it was made. I'm assuming 2012, because, Limb Ripper, it would make sense if he was trying to replace Limb Ripper, but I do not fully know this. But that's just what I'm going to assume is 2012 here. So, he is sound activated, and he does have a foot pad jack. He also has an area for volume control on his, on his control box, but the switch, or whatever you want to call that, area is just totally empty. So, yeah. But as you can see, he has a lot of blood just dripping everywhere. So, without further ado, I'll turn him on. The one thing that I will say before I turn him on is, first of all, I really hope my dog doesn't start barking, but he might. But second of all, he's a really, really cool prop, but his audio is just way too intense, in my opinion, because it has, some creepy background music, and then just some very intense, eating and screaming, and I'm sure that Spirit would probably, put better audio on him if he was actually created, but with this, it's just way too intense, considering his movement. But, yeah, without further ado, I will show him to you, and hopefully my dog doesn't start barking here, but we'll never know, and I'm sorry if he does. If he does, then I will film a separate demo with him out of the room and then just put that in here, but I'm gonna plug him in. It's just a techie adapter that I'm using. Okay, here we go. Wait, let me stop or something. So sorry about my dog barking in that clip. I will take him outside in a second here and then film a proper demo for you guys where there isn't the dog barking. But from what you could see there, A, his audio is very intense, but B, his movement is, it's cool, but it isn't anything, incredible. I do think that probably if he were to actually be released at Spirit, they would have probably gave him some head movement. And And I feel like that's probably all the other movement he would have gotten. I don't really think that mouth movement is necessary on him, but who knows, maybe they would have given him that if the head wasn't like foam filled. Oh, whoops, this suit thing is kind of out here. I don't know how to fix that, but I'll fix it in the proper demo. But other than that, as you can see, he's a pretty cool prop. Like, he's one that I'm very excited to have, and he's one of the coolest things, I think, in my collection. Now, I don't think I'll probably be getting any other prototypes, because they're obviously very expensive. But he is really cool. So, I guess I will go ahead and film a proper demo for you guys. Here, let me just get a full shot of him. But yeah, as you can see, he's cool looking. Okay, so yeah, let me go outside and film a proper demo. See you there. But yeah, I would say overall, definitely a prop that I do not at all regret getting, and something that's going to be really, really cool to add to my collection. Sorry about the bad lighting here, I'm just in my garage now filming this. But as you can see, he's a cool prop, and I kind of feel like Spirit should have ended up making him, but they didn't, sadly. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and bye.